If you're looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K account with max badges and more, visit sportstnb.com. He has been in the community for years and has hundreds of reviews. Click the first link in the description to get your account today.
Pull up, we bustin', not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, YouTube? My name is Clutch. We back out with another video. Today's video, I'm gonna show you guys, in my opinion, the most overpowered small forward build in NBA 2K20. Now, before we get into this video, man, I just want to let you guys know that I did just upload the most overpowered build in NBA 2K20. Make sure you guys do check that video out if you haven't already. Now, I did have one more thing I wanted to say. Look at the sub count. My goal by the end of April was to hit 30k subs, and I am recording this audio as of April 29th. You guys won't be seeing this video until April 30th, but we're pretty much on track to hit 30k subs. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Now we're gonna get straight into the best small forward build in my opinion. So make sure you guys do make this build a small forward, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man, we are gonna be picking the playmaking and slashing pie chart. This one right here. You're going to have Hall of Fame finishing badges, Hall of Fame playmaking badges. You're going to be able to shoot pretty good, and you're going to have pretty decent defense. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart for the most overpowered small forward build. Now, moving on to physical profile with this build, man, personally, I would either pick the all agility or the agility and vertical. This build is going to be able to get contact dunks, so I personally recommend you pick the agility and vertical, because having high vertical is good for getting dunks, because you need high vertical to get up there and dunk. This one only has a 72 vertical, but compared to this one has an 84 vertical. 12-point difference. But look at the speed. 83 speed compared to an 86 speed. Only a 3-point difference. Not too big. The vertical is 4 times as big of a difference. So I'd personally recommend you pick this pie chart. Now moving on to the attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badge as possible. You are going to max out your close shot. Also max out your driving layup. You also are going to max out your driving dunk to an 85. Also max out your standing dunk to a 71. And your post hook, you're going to put this to a 77, which I think is 1 point off of the max. Yep, 1 point off of the max, so you get 22 finishing badges. Now moving on to shooting, you're going to max out your mid-range shot. Actually, you're going to max out every single shooting stat. So max out your mid-range, three-pointer, also max out the free throw and the post fade. You're going to be able to get 13 shooting badges with this build. It's going to be very solid, just like that. Moving on to playmaking, you're going to max out every single playmaking stat again. So max out pass accuracy, max out your ball handling, and of course, max out your post move. So you get 25 playmaking badges just like that. Now moving on to defense, you're going to max out your perimeter defense, also max out your lateral quickness, and these last 28 upgrades, it's really up to you. You can put them on your interior defense or your steal, whatever you want. It's really up to you. I'm gonna just put it on the steal, but if you really want interior defense higher, it is a good option. It's really just what you want personally. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 22 finishing, 13 shooting, 25 playmaking, and 1 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 61 badges for the small forward build. This is the most amount of badges you can get on a small forward build in general. And I do want to say this build was made popular by Joe Knows in the very beginning of the game. If you guys did not know that, in my opinion, I think it is the most overpowered small forward build in the game, because the offense is absolutely insane. You're going to be able to get contact dunks. You're going to be able to shoot. You have really good playmaking and defense. You guys are probably saying only 1 defensive badge, but keep in mind you do have max perimeter defense. You have max lateral quickness. You're still going to be able to play pretty good defense with having max stats. And like I said, if you want to have better interior defense, you can max out your interior defense and put these last 2 upgrades towards your steal. It's really what you want to do. Personally, I think I'm going to just do the steal, but interior defense is a pretty good option. It doesn't really matter how you rearrange the defensive rebounding upgrades, because you're not getting any extra badges for doing it. But this is the best way how to make this build. Now moving on to this other stuff, man, body shape does not matter. Personally, I'm going to just pick define. Like I said in every single one of my videos, it doesn't matter whatsoever which body shape you pick. It doesn't affect anything whatsoever. Personally though, I'm gonna just pick define. Now moving on to the height with this build, man, the best balanced height is for sure going to be 6'7". The reason for that is you're going to be able to speed boost if you pick the playmaker or slash or takeover. Plus, you have an 85 driving dunk off rip. You'll be able to lock the pro, elite, and small contact dunks off rip. 6'7" is perfect. The absolute tallest I would go with this build is going to be 6'8". 6'8", you are going to have better defense. You are going to have to wait till you hit 97 overall to be able to lock the pro, elite, and small. Actually, you'll be able to lock the pro contact dunks at 96 overall, but you will have to wait till 97 overall to lock the elite, and small contact dunks. Or if you just make the build 6'7", you can get that all as soon as you upgrade the player. In 6'8", you are going to have to wait to hit 96 or 97 overall to be able to speed boost. So personally, I would just recommend you make the build 6'7". Now I know there's going to be people in the comment section saying, if you're making a 6'7" small forward, why don't you just make the build a shooting guard? The main reason for that is for people that don't want to be a shooting guard and want to be a small forward. That's pretty much the reasoning for that. So make sure you guys do make the build 6'7". Now moving on to the weight with this build, if you really want to, you can lower your weight all the way down so you get better acceleration, better vertical, all that good stuff. But personally, I want to find a good balance. I don't want to be too light, but I do want my acceleration to be at least an 80. So I think I'm gonna put the weight to 209 pounds. You do have some decent weight on you. The reason why I picked such an auto weight and not 210 is because you guys see when you go 210, your acceleration goes down to a 79. I want it to be at least an 80, so I'm gonna put it to 209 pounds. But if you want some other weight, lowest weight or default weight, change the weight up, do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to the wingspan of this build, here is a very key thing. Don't minimize your wingspan all the way down, and the reason for that, take a look at your ball handling. As soon as your ball handling touches an 80, it's going to change your name to a slashing playmaker. So you have to put your wingspan to 80.9. This is the absolute smallest you can do because your ball handling is a 79. It will give you the name facilitating finisher. The reason why I'm telling you not to minimize your wingspan all the way down to get the slashing playmaker name is because you can go make a point guard and get 4 extra badges. So personally, I would put your wingspan to 80.9. You're getting a +2 to your mid-range, a +1 to your 3-pointer. If you did not know, when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes. 74 +4 and 63 +4. You're gonna have a 78 mid-range and a 67 3-pointer at 99 overall. Pretty good stats. And take a look at your ball handling. It is a 79. If you did not know, you need an 86 ball handling to speed boost. Make sure you guys do put your wingspan to 80.9 inches. Now moving on to the best takeovers for this build, man. You definitely don't want to pick post score for this build. You definitely want to either pick playmaker or slasher. These takeovers right here will give you the ability to speed boost when you have takeover. Playmaker, if you want to break ankles and it's going to give your teammates a big boost to their jump shot if they're wide open, that's going to be a very nice option. And slasher, if you want to dunk all over people and still be able to speed boost, it's really up to you. This build is going to be able to get contact dunk, so I personally recommend you pick slasher. If you want playmaker or post score, go ahead, but I'm personally recommending you pick slasher. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a facilitating finisher similar to Latrell Sprewell, DeMar DeRozan, and LeBron James. I'd say this is definitely a LeBron James build. As you guys know, this was Joe No's LeBron James build in the beginning of the game. But this build is very nice, 61 badges. Now I'm going to show you guys the best badges in my opinion for this build. If you guys do watch this video, man, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe, pull up the sub count real quick. Like I said, man, my goal by the end of the month is to hit 30k subs. So if you're watching this video right now, you like what you see, do hit the subscribe and turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Now we're going to get straight into the best badges for this build. Push 99 overall real quick. Let me take the sub count off. Give me a minute. Now you guys see 22 finishing badges. Like I said, we made the build 6'7", so we can get the pro, elite, and small contact dunks off rip. Keep that in mind. I recommend you throw on Hall of Fame contact finisher. You are only 6'7". You definitely want to throw on Hall of Fame giant slayer. This badge right here is to help you finish over taller defenders, and it's going to make it harder for them to block your layup or dunk. You definitely need this badge. This badge will activate when you go up against anybody that's 7 feet or taller, so keep that in mind. I also recommend you throw on Hall of Fame slithery finisher and fancy fork. I feel like these 4 badges have to be on Hall of Fame for this build. Slithery finishers help you drive past your defenders, and fancy fork combined with slasher takeover is going to be absolutely insane for this build. 6 upgrades left. Now if you're one of those people that does like catching alley-oops with your build, you definitely are going to want to throw Lob City finisher on. You can throw this on Hall of Fame if you really want to, or silver is perfectly fine, because this build is not really going to be catching alley-oops because you're going to be dribbling the ball most of the time. So I would throw this badge on silver just in case you want to do a backdoor alley-oop. You do need Lob City finisher to be able to finish the alley-oops. Now you got 4 upgrades left. You can either do 2 silver badges or you can do just 1 Hall of Fame. Personally, I think I'm going to do silver consistent finisher and silver pro touch. I feel like these are going to be the best finishing badges for this build. Like I said in every single one of my videos though, if you want some other badges, you can change the badges up, do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to shooting badges with this build, man, you have 13 shooting badges. I recommend you throw on gold quick draw for this build. If you don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. It's that simple. I also recommend you throw on gold range extender. This badge right here is help you shoot a lot deeper, and I even see this badge activate on mid-range shots, so you definitely need this badge. I also recommend you throw on gold hot zone hunter. If you have all your hot zones, this badge right here to help you shoot 10 times better. 4 upgrades left. I'm also going to recommend you throw on gold deadeye. This badge right here is to help you shoot more contested shots, can help you make more contested shots. So you definitely want Deadeye for this build. One upgrade left, I would just say throw it on Green Machine. It's going to help you make more shots consecutively. So I feel like these are going to be the best shooting badges for this build. You want some other badges though, change the badges up. Volume Shooter is also a good option. It just depends what kind of badges you want, but this is what I would do personally if it was up to me. Now moving on to playmaking badges with this build, when you have 25 playmaking badges, that is a lot of playmaking badges. I recommend throwing Hall of Fame handles for days. Quick first step. I feel like these two badges have to be Hall of Fame. Now with this build, you're probably going to be speed boosting with this build, so you definitely want to throw on Space Creator. This badge right here is to help you create space from your defender, especially if you're icing. You definitely need that badge, so I'm going to personally throw this badge on Hall of Fame. 13 upgrades left. I'm also going to recommend throwing Hall of Fame Unpluckable. Nobody likes getting ripped. You definitely need that badge. 9 upgrades left. I'm also going to recommend throwing Hall of Fame Floor General. This badge right here is going to give a +4 to your teammates' offensive abilities. It's going to help them make more jump shots, dunks, layups, all that good stuff. Now you got 5 upgrades left. There are a couple good badges I would personally throw on for this build. Ankle Breaker is a good option. Bailout, Dimer, and Downhill. Now Downhill is going to be a very nice option, especially if you're playing threes on the fast break. If you have Hall of Fame Downhill with this build, you're going to be able to run really fast. If you're not playing threes, don't throw the badge on. It's a waste of upgrades. Now 5 upgrades left. I feel like you do have to have on Bailout at least Silver. Now if you guys did not know, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they nerfed Bronze Bailout in patch 12. So Silver Bailout is the new Bronze Bailout. So make sure you guys do throw that badge on. It's going to help you pass out of jump shots, layups, or dunks without the pass flying out of bounds. Now you got 3 upgrades left, especially if you pick the Playmaker Takeover. Ankle Breaker is going to be a very nice badge for you to break ankles. Now if you pick the Slasher, honestly I wouldn't throw the badge on. I feel like this is more if you pick Playmaker Takeover. It's just really up to you, whatever badges you want to do. Now you got 3 upgrades left. I think I'm going to throw on Gold Dimer combined with Floor General. These 2 badges, man, your teammates should not miss wide open, because this is pretty much like a +7 boost to their jump shot. I'm pretty sure Hall of Fame Dimer gives them a +4 boost to their jump shot, and I think Gold is +3 and Floor General is +4 on Hall of Fame. So your teammates should not be missing wide open. You have all the good badges to help them shoot. I feel like these are going to be the best playmaking badges for this build. You want some other badges though, change the badges up, do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to defensive badges with this build, man, you only have 1 defensive badge, but like I said, you have max perimeter defense, you have max lateral quickness, and if you max out the interior defense, you have max interior defense. So even though you only have 1 badge, you're still going to be able to play pretty decent defense. So make sure you guys throw on Bronze Clamps. This is by far going to be the best defensive badge for this build. Don't even think about throwing any other badge on. You definitely need Clamps, so it helps you play a little bit better perimeter defense. But that's pretty much it, man. That's, in my opinion, the most overpowered small forward build in NBA 2K20. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe, and once again, make sure you guys do check out the most overpowered build. I just dropped that 2 days ago. If you haven't seen the video already, make sure you guys do check it out. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.